Hey, I'm Daryl Stringer. Welcome to episode 21 of the Builder Photography Business Show. This is where I help photographers like you with photography, marketing, and pricing. In this episode, we're going to look at what a real estate photographer can do to get more commercial clients. So I'm talking about working with builders, hotels, architects, that kind of thing. And after that, we'll have an open question and answer time to talk about that stuff. So if you are watching live and you want to ask any questions about what you need to do, drop those comments below this video at any time. Now, I know a lot of real estate photographers want to be doing more commercial shoots for builders, architects, interior designers, hotels, restaurants, things like that. And I think that's really smart. I've said before that having a diverse client base where you work with different industries makes a lot of sense from a business growth perspective. It brings diversity to what you shoot, so it can keep you on your toes, which is great, and it helps you to avoid slumps in one industry while you pick up some work in another industry. So I know a lot of real estate photographers want to go that way, although a lot that I've spoken to see it as something that they'll get around to doing one day, but they either don't know what to do or they don't have time to work on it. I've spoken previously about managing your time, but today we're going to lay out a process so you know what you need to do to get those particular clients. Now, one thing I think a lot of photographers get wrong is they're looking for a silver bullet that will fix everything and get them those commercial clients. But unfortunately, there's no single thing that you can do that will magically change everything for you. It's a bit like trying to make a great pizza with just one topping. If you only put mozzarella on your pizza, then it'll taste a bit one-dimensional. But when you put mozzarella together with a tasty sauce and some pepperoni and some oregano, then you get the different flavors working together and you've got a great pizza. As I lower my mic there. It's the same thing with trying to get clients. You need a company-wide approach where all of the flavors combine and support each other. So those commercial clients actually want to work with you. So here's what you could be doing if you want to get more commercial clients. And first of all, you need to position your business for what you want to charge. A lot of photographers look at this the wrong way because they just want to know, like, what should I charge? And to answer that, I'd say that some photographers can charge, say, $5,000 for a photo shoot, and others would struggle to get $200 for the same thing. And the difference comes down to positioning. So if you look like a $200 photographer, then you'll only be able to charge $200. If everything about you and how you present your business and how you respond to the client aligns with a $200 photographer, then that'll be what you charge. But say if you want to be doing $5,000 shoots, then you need to look like a $5,000 photographer. So before you start quoting those kind of rates, you need to make sure that everything about your business says that you're a $5,000 photographer. Okay, so that client, really, they shouldn't be surprised by that price because it should be entirely consistent with the way you present your business, the quality of your marketing material and communication, the conversations you had with the client about business growth, which showed them that you really know marketing and what will help them. The testimonials you share with them, everything about the quality of your business and the benefits that you bring to your client needs to say that you're a $5,000 photographer if that's what you want to be charging. The second thing that you need to be working on is your business name. Now, if your business is, say, Mary Smith Real Estate Photography, and if you're trying to work with a large architectural firm that has completed a project in your city, then unless they're looking for a cheap photographer, then they probably won't want to work with you because your business name has kind of locked you in as a real estate photographer. Now, I mean, that's not to say that you can't get commercial clients when you're called something real estate photographer, but there is a perception that a real estate photographer is like the poor man's architectural photographer. So clients will expect to pay lower rates just because of your business name. Rightly or wrongly, that's the perception that they'll often have. So what I'd recommend is to either change your business name to something that doesn't mention real estate, or you could do what they kind of do in the publishing industry, where companies will create kind of a separate division of the business that they call an imprint, which they'll use to target a certain demographic. So maybe you would want to create another division called something architectural photography or something media. And you might find that makes it a little easier to get the kind of commercial clients that you want. Now, having said that, if you go down that path, then there is a lot of work involved because you would need a new website, probably new social media channels as well. You'd need a new logo, new email address. But if it helps you to start getting those clients, then I think it's probably worth doing. All right, the third thing you'll need to do is be confident in how you want to shoot for those commercial clients. So doing a photo shoot with a client, that's not the place to experiment. So it's not the time maybe where you bring out those big soft boxes, say for the first time, and maybe you're trying to do 20 exposures instead of 3. You want to do the experimenting before the shoot and be intentional about practicing by yourself away from your clients. Then once you've decided on how you'll shoot, it's time to move on to the fourth thing on our list, and that is you need to build a portfolio that displays your commercial style so that you've got something to show your dream clients. Now, some of you will want to take shortcuts, and you're going to tell me that you're too busy to do this, but if you want those commercial clients, then it's really just not enough to show them your real estate shots. That approach isn't good for them because they can't see your work, at least not the standard of work that you'll probably deliver to them. And it's not really good for your confidence either because you're probably going to feel like an imposter who's maybe like in over their head, and all because you're just trying to fake it with your portfolio. So my tip is that you don't try and cut corners with this stuff. You do it properly and make sure you have something to show those commercial clients before they hire you. Now, one way to do that is to maybe shoot a couple of commercial portfolio-worthy images when you're on a photo shoot. So look for some compositions that would fit in a commercial portfolio and then light it as if you were doing it for a commercial client. Then even if you don't give them, don't give that shot to your real estate client, you've still got something that you can use in that portfolio. So moving on then to the fifth thing you'll want to be doing, and that is you'll want to share content on social media that positions you as a photographer that works with the industries you'll be targeting. You don't want to just share photos of houses that you've done for real estate clients, but what you want to do is share the work that looks like the kind of thing you'll deliver for your dream clients in those industries and showcase the kind of stuff those clients are looking for. So that way, any client that comes across you on social media can see that you have the ability to deliver work for businesses in their particular industry. Okay? All right, number 6 on our list, if you want more commercial clients, is you need to have a professional website that aligns with what you want to charge. So as I mentioned earlier, if you want to be charging high prices, then everything you do needs to align with what we would expect from a photographer charging those kind of rates, and that includes your website. So we're looking at your website design to make sure it looks professional, and you want to ask yourself things like, is the user face simple and intuitive? Is the quality high quality? Is the content high quality? Do you show your visitors that you understand their industry? All of that needs to just work together so that you look like someone that those dream clients would be crazy to not want to work with. Okay? All right. Once you've done that, then you need to work on the 7th thing on our list. And that is you need to make sure your website and any other content that you've put out there shows up on page 1 for a Google search for your keywords. The reason why we do that is that a lot of your potential clients out there will go to Google when they want to find a photographer. And what they'll do is they'll probably type in their industry and then they'll type in photographer. Okay, so if they're an architect, then they'll type in architectural and photographer. They'll get a bunch of results that come from photographers probably all over the country. So then they realize that they need to search for someone local. So they'll add their city or town to their search term. So if they're in, say, Indianapolis, then they'll type in Indianapolis architectural photographer. And then they'll scroll through the list, but they probably won't look at page 2. So you need to make sure you're on page 1 and preferably near the top of the list, because those top 2 or top 3 businesses in that Google search are going to get the vast majority of clicks from those prospects. Okay, the 8th and final thing on our list, if you want more commercial clients, is you want to go through my marketing process that I went through in episode 20 of this show a couple of weeks ago. So what that looks like is you'll start by identifying your prospects. You'll connect with them so they're aware of who you are. You'll follow up with them repeatedly so they trust you and become familiar with you. And eventually you'll make an offer for them to work with you. So this is a very intentional process, and it works well because you're no longer making offers to cold prospects, but instead you're only ever making offers to warm prospects who already know you, and the rest of the time you're just trying to be as helpful as you possibly can. So when you focus on being helpful and not pushy, then it feels good to you, like it feels authentic, and it's good for the prospect because as well, because even if they never hire you, at least they've been helped and benefited in some way, and that's going to leave a positive taste in their mouth. So maybe they don't hire you, but maybe because of the way you've helped them, they might actually recommend you to another business. So that's why we stay away from being pushy and salesy, but focus on being genuinely helpful instead. Okay, make sense? Okay. So let's go through this list again, and let me know if you're unsure about any of this. Feel free to leave a comment or ask me a question if you're watching live right now. So the 8 things we said you could work on to get more commercial clients are: 1, position your business for what you want to charge. 2, use an appropriate business name. 3, be absolutely clear about how you will shoot for those commercial clients. So get the right gear and get your technique right. 4, build a portfolio. 5, share the right content on social media. 6, set up your website so it aligns with your fee. 7, make sure you're on page 1 for a Google search. And 8, use the marketing process I outlined in episode 20, where you connect, follow up, and then make an offer to your ideal prospects. So if you do all of those things, and if all of that aligns with your fee, and of course this assumes that your fee is high enough that the client assumes you can deliver the results they're looking for, then if you do all of that, you're giving yourself a great chance at getting some work with those commercial clients. Now, it might start slowly for you, so be patient with it. So don't assume that this is going to open the floodgates for you. I think that will come in time as you work with more people and they'll start telling others about you. And you'll naturally start building connections as well as you meet people through different projects. But this is a process that I would recommend to any real estate photographers out there who want to start working with a more diverse mix of clients and want to start charging much higher rates for photos and videos and anything else that you can deliver for builders and designers and others in your area. Okay, now it's time for some Q&A. So if you're watching live, do you have any questions or comments about any of that? Drop a comment or a question below and let us know if you've got a question or if you've got an idea for marketing that you found works really well. We'd love to hear that as well. So think about this. Do you need to diversify your client base and get some commercial clients? Do you need to maybe change your positioning so you're able to charge higher rates? Or do you even need to like change your business name. So feel free to drop a question or comment below at any time about any of those things or any other thought that you have at the moment. Just got a question from someone. It says, will this be recorded? Adam, yes, it will. So you can watch this later if you are busy. Adam is trying to watch it whilst in the middle of a photo shoot. So a little tricky there, but good work for trying to do that. But yeah, this will be recorded so you can check it out later. So let me know if you've got any other questions about this process. There is a fair bit to it. And like I said, think of it like making a pizza. There's a lot of ingredients and they all work together. So don't just try and look for like one thing that is going to make everything magic happen for you. Work through all of those steps. And I think that's going to give you the best possible chance at connecting with the right people and then showing them that you're worth paying the rates that you want to charge. So just be consistent with that. Be consistent with how you've positioned your business and what your rates are, and engaging with the right kind of people, and the jobs will come. All right, I'm going to leave it there for now. If you want to send me an email at any point, there's my email address, darryl@builderphotographybusiness.com, or you can find me on social media at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn if you want to chat further or send me any messages there. All right, that will do for today. So I'll catch you on the next call. All right, thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.